Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. Osakwinokwodim, they talk about Donald Trump, the American president, threatening Nigeria with military strike, and also talk about the fight wey happen for gheghe between Hausa Fulani and Benin boys. Make I leave you, make you hear from Osakwinokwodim.
They are saying any American intervention into any country has been very disastrous. They cited an example of Libya, Syria, Iraq, and Afghanistan, and many more. But I think the case scenario between Libya in Africa can also not be compared to that of Nigeria. Some are also pushing the narrative that American is interested in Nigerian oil, while some others are saying that Nigeria is pushing relationship towards BRIC country like Russia and China and is indirectly infuriating the United States government.
This is my phone low. Now, first and foremost, I want to ask you, in respect to cultism related activities, how will you score Ubewulu?
Hello, you can hear me?
Can you hear me?
Hello. Hello, I'm hearing you.
Okay.
I'm hearing you now. Yeah.
I said in respect to cultism related activity, how will you rate Ubewulu?
A good score, I will give him, on a scale of 1 to 10, I will give him like 60%. And I have my reasons. There are still, one or two skirmishes of killings. All this Azamata and all of that. Yeah, they will just, we've heard some one or two. Yeah. So, are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. So, what I'm trying to say basically is that we are not quite in the area of fighting cultism, but there are also some areas that need to be addressed.
I want to ask other questions, sir, with all due respect. Now, what should be the time frame for him to actually achieve? Can you hear me?
Very well.
What would be the time frame for him to actually achieve all this? I know you are one of his critics. You are criticizing him very well. But you said, because I believe it's not even up to a year. So are you saying that all this should be achieved within a year?
If for instance, we do not have any court war in the next 1 year.
Okay.
In the next 1 year, we do not even have a court war in those states. Then I will give him 100%. They have really done very well in that regard. But I think it's just too early for us to start giving him that reward. Remember, December has not come. Remember, most of the time, some of these court crises and all of that in this state happens during the UTAC period. So let's see how the UTAC period is going to look like. If nothing happens during the UTAC period, then I will give him my applause.
No.
Let's not also forget that there are certain people whose houses have been destroyed.
Okay, good.
That area of destroying people's houses in the name of we heard that there were cultists that came into this, there were cultists that are living in this. I don't think that was a good approach.
Okay.
There's a way you would have approached.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Good evening. It depends on where you're watching me from. I remain my humble self, your noble right activist, Comrade Stanley Osakwinokwodim, the Coordinator General Edo Diaspora Connect Worldwide, the CEO Stanley Osadi Enterprise. In fact, the CEO of Oman Edo State. If you are joining me, kindly share this video. I'm responding to the video made by Professor Gheghe in respect to the threat made by the Trump administration over the attack on Christians in Nigeria. In the course of the video made by Gheghe and some other Nigerians in respect to their collective views, they are saying any American intervention into any country has been very disastrous. They cited an example of Libya, Syria, Iraq, and Afghanistan, and many more. But I think the case scenario between Libya in Africa can also not be compared to that of Nigeria. Some are also pushing the narrative that America is interested in Nigerian oil, while some others are saying that Nigeria is pushing relationship towards BRIC countries like Russia and China and is indirectly infuriating the United States government. You hear me now? Good. For those who are saying that the United States is coming because of our resources, I wish to ask a simple question. Since 1960, have you ever seen?
Since 1960, have you ever seen the resources? On a daily basis, our politicians are feeding facts. Nigerian citizens on the other part are all hypocrites. They are also tied to political affiliation. Even if they are dying of hunger and starvation, for the fact that their political party is in power, they will do everything humanly possible to protect that party. If a member of their political party who are supposed to ensure development of their state fails because of the fact that they have strong attachment with the person and is their friend, even if it didn't work, they can protect him to the latter. This is the only country where tribalism is the order of the day. So Nigerian government should not make the mistake to think that Nigerians will not support the US military intervention. Even if the Nigerians that we know today are pretending that they don't want it, in their heart, we have a citizen that has already been frustrated by government. To date, Nigerian citizens provide everything for themselves. In the case of Libya, everything is provided by government. But in the case of Nigeria, we continue to budget money in the Ministry of Water Resources, both state and federal level. But go and check, and average citizens build their own borehole themselves. On a daily basis, we know that the collective responsibility of government is security of life and property. But here in Nigeria, an average citizen continue to provide security for himself and also security of his property. Now, go and check your road network infrastructure. After about 60 years, we are still talking about building roads. Your country has moved on beyond reasonable doubt. But you still go to your social media, you still see people supporting this kind of excruciating economic situation. The only video made by a very dark man is enough for the entire world to see the kind of activities that is happening in the north. Or are we trying to deny the fact that there are no genocide in this country? Are we also trying to deny the fact that there are no calculated attempts to engage in religious cleansing or ethnic cleansing? What the likes of General T.Y. Danjuma knows, an average citizen of Nigeria may not know. Are we saying that this alarm have not been raised times to that number in the past, that Nigerians are already facing annihilation? We also agree to the fact that the director of DSS in Abuja came out publicly to say it is time for Nigerian citizens to defend themselves. If they are saying all this, why is the government trying to hide it that there are no Christian genocide? Some also are selling the narrative that if US want to get in touch with government, they will use everything as divisive means to create conflicts so that the citizens will be divided. I set an example not quite long. Now, if the government is sincere enough and the government was doing things as it ought to be, Do you think the US will have opportunity or use that as a pretext to actually achieve their aim? For the fact that there is an existing lacuna, every citizen of Nigeria will always want to align. If you are saying that the US is coming to collect the resources, who will tell you that people will reserve the right to leave? If it is better for them to take our resources than for us to be quiet in our own house. Instead of the federal government to begin to think of how to address key issues that bother some public concern, the federal government is busy playing politics with everything, including ensuring that every governors across the country becomes member of the All Progressive Congress, where you now have a single party state. Instead of the government to focus on infrastructural development, they don't care anymore. All they are thinking of is, we must return back for a second time. You don't go and make a mistake to seek for the support of citizens who are already frustrated. To be candid with you, a mere statement from President Donald J. Trump is more or less like a solace to an average Nigerian citizen. They are tired, they have been intimidated for long, they have been impoverished in the face of numerous resources. The same resources that you are preventing the United States from collecting, which you claim is their goal and objective, has been here. But an average citizen in Nigeria cannot have thorough access to these resources. Nigerians do not have access to these resources. So what do you expect from the citizen? You have an impoverished citizen, a frustrated citizen who already knows that. In fact, go and check. If you are driving, you see some person moving, crossing the road. Don't forget as if they are on the road. If you go and check out and carry out meta evaluation of average Nigerian, you find out that an average Nigerian who lives within the poverty of Nigeria is already faced with depression. But in this part of the country, we would like to play politics with everything. I, for one, I have a clear stand to say the truth at all times. Nigerians are frustrated. The development impulses is nothing to write home about, and you expect people not to begin to clap when they hear about an intervention such as this. How many times did the government ever visited those parts where the massacre took place? How many times? It was in broad daylight. Deborah was attacked, burnt alive, died without a family. Those who did, what was the resultant of that? There is also a country where people said, no, we will not allow the SARS to continue to behave the way they do. We would not. At the end of the day, they were lucky to get. They were shot directly at sight. Till date, nothing to write home about, no results, no proper investigation carried out. Everything went into the air. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Look at that statement very clearly. The United States of America saw an injustice in your town, and to them, that little injustice that you think is very small in your town, it is a threat to justice everywhere. If it is allowed to prevail, it will serve as a precedent to other rogue states to continue to behave contrary to ethical stimulus that is expected to be done in a society. For how long shall we continue to live in a full paradise where sycophants celebrate mediocrity? The truth must be said. Nigerians are not only suffering, Christian is already under annihilation. Whether you like it or not. In this country today, when a Christian is kicked by in the north, you will not hear a single statement. But just look at what happened recently at Urumi. The entire leadership in the north started shouting, Tura Kingongo, we will not allow. Tura Kingongo, we will not allow. But when they do the same thing, it is seen as if it is normal. How will you be operating two laws in one country? Two separate laws in one country. And I'm very, very glad that the United States government also said that part of what they are going to put an end to is the Sharia law in Nigeria. For as long as we are pushing towards an egalitarian society, we must ensure that egalitarian society or egalitarian principle must cut across board. You cannot be applying this principle in this area, and when it gets to this other area, you change the principle. What is the use of the Federal Character Commission? What is the use of Federal Character Commission? When I was seeking admission after I finished my ND, I wanted to go and do Urban and Regional Planning, Federal University of Technology in Mina State, Chanchaga local government to be precise. On getting there, I overheard what they call catchment area. Looking at my result, it was one of the best submitted for application as at then. But there are some persons who got the admission in that university who we are not even up to. They said these are coming from the catchment areas. Is that not selected injustice? And you want people to allow you to continue? I, for one, have told myself I have stopped playing politics. I have stopped playing politics from now till 2027. My goal is to say the truth at all times, and I'm going to report very directly what is on ground to everyone, regardless of the nomenclature that you tend to call me. I cannot continue to begin to serve people for life. It is time for us to be independent. It is time for us to be taking decisions based on our thoughts, views, and orientation, and not an external influence or putting into consideration the feelings of others in respect to airing the truth at all times. No. The Nigerian government has failed, whether they like it or not. It's the bitter truth. It is the bitter truth. The ineptitude of government is so conspicuous. If not for very dark men who went to go and visit that area and show the entire world what happened there, did the government ever in any day try to pay visit? After very dark man left, because it has been open to members of the public, they were not trying to come to say, yes, look at people burnt alive. Go to Jos. In this part of the country, in this country today, there are people who think that they have more rights, privileges than others in this country. Go to Jos and see the rate at which the headsmen are attacking people. A clergyman came out to come and give a detailed result, a detailed explanation of the kind of genocide that have taken place in the north. But for the fact that we are not being affected directly, we think that people are living in peace and tranquility. No. No. Government must make sure that they do the right thing at the right time, because what we have right now today, whether you like it or not, the situation is reprehensible, and the government in itself is gradually or totally become mean and irresponsible administration. We must say it the way it is. We must not say because this one is for this one is for that. We must say it the way it is. Now go and check the set of people also supporting or going against this idea. Go and check it. The affiliation is all about members of the APC. They are not concerned about the welfare of Nigeria in this contest, but they are concerned about their political affiliation. Because they are members of the All Progressive Congress, even if Nigeria continue to be impoverished, for the fact that their party remains in power, they will do everything humanly possible to continue to defend what is wrong, without considering that the people are suffering. Now, a man has not eaten since morning. A man who works for 30 days earn a minimum wage that cannot even buy a bag of rice. Yet, such a man is expected to fund school fees at a very exorbitant price. Go to our universities today. Go and check if it is designed for Nigerians. Because if such university is actually designed for Nigerians, it should be mitigated in a way and manner that the interests of the downtrodden will be put into consideration. The school fees should be minimal, considering the minimum wage of Nigeria. But go and check. The school fees of our alma mater is far higher than the level of minimum wage associated with work-related activity across the country. Then what do you expect? The country is building an infrastructure where illiteracy will going to be the order of the day. Then when you have illiteracy, what does that tell you? It therefore means that the citizens are already placed in abyss. I want to advise the Nigerian government. The military raised the result not quite long. They said when they requested people to apply for the military, specifically from the South region, it was difficult for them to see a single person that applied. In the whole of Edo State, it was not up to about 7 persons that were applied. So don't think that if there is any American intervention, you will now begin to force youth to come and begin to. We don't know exactly what the intervention will be all about, but for now, go and check, go to the street, carry out samples. Nigerians are celebrating. We know, let's be very sincere to ourselves. Actually, we do not need Western intervention to face our challenges. But when you have a frustrated citizen, no work, no road, no food, no water, nothing. Citizens are on a daily basis pushing for themselves without the intervention of government at all, then at the end of the day, they will lose their life. So when you have a frustrated citizen, and somebody is coming out to say, even when the person wants to manipulate, and is not telling them, I'm coming to give you solace, I'm coming to protect you, I want to wipe out the radical Islam from the scheme of things, and you expect the citizen to say, I want to remain in this regard. No, the citizens most want to see the other side. How many persons can actually fund transportation today in this country? What is the cost of fuel? This is a country that has destroyed its own self-sufficiency. We have all these things in our country, but we do not also have the capacity whatsoever to procure it. Are you also aware that we live in a country where 90% of the citizens cannot build a house till they die? How come? How much is minimum wage and how much is a single bag of cement? But you see your senators and House of Reps moving from one place to another, showing you deliberately your collective resources and how it was siphoned. And somebody is telling you that the US is coming for your resources. Okay, let's leave US aside. Where is the resources now that is with our government? Are you having access to it? Are you having access to these resources? Let's be very sincere to ourselves. If we refuse to accept this truth, that will be our own problem. Are you telling me that we have a responsible federal government in this country? Are you telling me that we have a responsible federal government in this country? Nigeria has budgeted more than $58 billion in electricity since 1960 to date. Where is the light? Under democratic dispensation, we have budgeted over $25 billion. Under Obasanjo tenure, power and steel report told us about $16 billion power and steel. Do you know what is $16 billion? Do you know what is $16 billion? Do you also know what we can be able to achieve with $16 billion? To date, we are still in darkness. Nigeria has been divided across party lines. No one is willing to say the truth at all. If peradventure you see what is right today in this place and you try to say, this thing is right, let us celebrate it, you will be called a name. They want you to continue to live in the past. Nobody is concerned about the development of the future. The same people who wants you to live in the past will also come out again later to say, why is Nigeria not moving? Look at the problem. Is that not hypocritical? Is that not hypocritical in nature? I, for one, as Osakwuno, I have told myself and I have taken the responsibility to be a free-minded Nigerian, and I'm going to speak directly to the hearts and minds of Nigerians without being influenced by any external forces. When you say it directly the way it is, the All Progressive Congress will say you are supporting PDP because you were once PDP. When you say, look at what this thing is going, the way this thing is okay, they will say, you are already supporting the APC. Now they are giving you money. The fact is this: how do we build a better society if we refuse to start from sincerity? How on earth are we going to claim that the APC administration have not failed Nigeria? They have failed totally. They have failed totally. But also, the failure didn't start today. The failure started since 1960. It is our collective resolve now to build a better nation. And the only way we can build a better nation is, first, you must have an independent mind. You must have an independent mind. Now, you have a country where money is allocated for this project. This project is not executed. Money has been spent. If you mistakenly raise an eyebrow over such illegal spending, for the fact that same politician who spent your money recklessly has alliance with some group of persons, this group of persons will defend him to the last, even when the facts and figures are clear that their resources have been siphoned. They will defend him to the last. When it goes beyond what is normal, they will not tell you, Why are you fighting your own? Why are you fighting your own? Whereas, if we say it the way it is, every politicians will sit tight. Now let me tell you, if your government are not afraid of you as a citizen, why is it that when they are accused of stealing money, they will quickly run out, and when they know they actually stole, they will say, I did not take it, oh, I did not take it. Even when they have the army, the air force, everything surrounding them, they will still come out to deny, I did not take the money. Why are they denying? They are denying because they are afraid of you. But you don't know that they are afraid of you. You are the problem. Go and check the country who have been able to liberate themselves. When the youth came out, I'm coming. Excuse me. When the youth came out from Nepal and elsewhere, they achieved a milestone result. How did they do it? The numeric value, a collective goal and objective. Believe in individual competencies, but with collective goals. What was the resultant? All what they needed to achieve have been achieved. The people-oriented administration in that country has started working in line with the dividends of what they promised themselves before entering into such struggle. Somebody also said that why would the US come into a sovereign state when we have a constitutional democracy where the constitution continues? I ask a simple question. Who made the constitution? Do you actually have an input in that constitution? A written constitution that was given to you by the military. What was your input in that constitution as a Southerner? What was your input in that constitution as a Northerner, or as the case may be? It was a constitution written to you by some selected persons. As of today, it is now the law, the body of rule that guides you in this nation. The Nigerian government has only one option. The option is quickly go back to work. You cannot, even if you want to flush the radical Islam, you have a responsibility to build a formidable and sustainable infrastructure, build a formidable economy, engage your teammate population, create jobs. As we speak, in the history of this country, the citizens have been suffering. No benefit, nothing to write home about. We provide everything, virtually everything, for ourselves. Are you talking about police extortionists? Are you talking about gross intimidation? The only area we will applaud the Tinubu administration is also freedom of expression. That's the only area I will applaud him, because he made it very clear the last time when he come out. He say, I no longer watch social media. No matter what I do, they keep abusing me. They keep abusing me. Yes, they abuse him a lot, and he has not intimidated anyone in respect to, hey, what this one said, go and hold him. No. Imagine that alone, at least I give him pass mark. But beyond that, I don't know if they feel they are feeling the pains that Nigerians are feeling. People cannot eat. People cannot feed. Nigerians are facing depression. These are the administration that came into power and promised that they are going to let the poor breathe. But the same group of people who promised to let the poor breathe are the ones strangulating the poor today. And when you speak out, you hear, is this party? When you speak to this side, they'll say, is this party? But you know what? I no longer care. I no longer care about what you think. I no longer care about what you think. I will say it the way it is. As of today, I went out because I've promised to continue to follow spiritual sense. Excuse me. Hello? I greet you. I dey come to my day life if I true. My day life program. So I woke up this morning. I said, let me go and get the progress report of the Igboga Hill flyover. I want the true situation to get to the hands of the entire world. You have a right whatsoever to criticize your governor. He's your governor. But when you are criticizing, make it very clear that it's not on the basis of shared sentiment or because of hatred. It should be on the basis of what Edo truly deserves and where Edo ought to be. So I said, let me go and get the update. I saw that project again, and I have to video the true situation, not the type of video where you say, look at the flower you just leave. I started from the beginning, ended it at the ending, and I expected the citizens to be the judge. I cannot see such a monumental project and I will come out because of party affiliation to say no good though. We all collectively question the election that brought in Okpewulu. Yes, the whole of us collectively question the election that brought in Okpewulu. But that does not mean that a development such as that, I will say it is not good because of anger or whatever. I have the right to be angry. When the anger should be based on the particular action, not for me to spread it across board. I can't see such a project and say it is nothing. No. This is not to say that the federal government, the APC has not failed. They have. But where you see something right, if you see something, say it. They are all fighting for re-election. Fighting without thinking of infrastructure. They are bringing governors into their folds. They don't care about what Nigerian thinks. They don't care about your welfare. It's all about their interests at the detriment of the Tanaka ones. Nigerians must be ready to stand tall. We must vehemently resist this kind of precarious situation. If American taking the resources will give me the opportunity to live and stay alive, to enjoy the gift God gave to me, which is life, without being threatened by external force, and America is coming to carry the whole oil, let them take it. Let them take it. I need to be alive. Even if the constitution of Nigeria is not truly representing my interests, but it's enshrined in the constitution that I have a right to life, also freedom of expression. But with the way and manner things are going on, do you think Nigerians actually have a right to life? Government negotiates with bandits. Military man takes picture. So a man who is not a military man is parading weapon even higher than that of the Nigerian military. In a country we claim to be sovereign, if not for the fact that secret key opened the other time, the entire resources in South region belongs to Nigeria. The entire oil in South belongs to Nigeria. But we are surprised that the gold in the north that is creating banditry belongs to the north alone. Were we aware that there was such resources and there was illegal black market going on in respect to mining of golds in the north before? If not for the greed that greeted the whole of them, the banditry emerged, we now knew that this is exactly what led to the problem. Was the resources coming out from that particular place part of our national cake? But the oil in the south belongs to entire Nigeria. Is that not gross injustice? Is that not gross injustice? Do you think we are moving on the right pedestal? So, the people of Libya may be regretting their actions because we are having a functional country, a beautiful country. They were only greedy because they needed to seize power. They needed to seize power from President Muammar Gaddafi, who placed their priority first. But to us, can we compare ourselves to Libyan citizens in terms of living standard, in terms of anything, seeking anything? So you have a frustrated citizen that will prefer to accept anything that will liberate them from this current excruciating economic situation. Whether we like it or not, we are facing both economic and political imbroglio in Nigeria. We are facing both economic and political imbroglio. So Nigerians have no option than to begin to celebrate. Nobody wants to know. Nobody is thinking of enlightenment to say, oh, if they come, they are going to be this problem. I saw a comment on Facebook made by a Nigerian. Do you know what he said? I was shocked. But I noticed that there was frustration in the hearts and mind of this man. He said he's ready to sign up with the US military to carry out an intervention in Nigeria. The only request he made was that after the military intervention, when a stable system is established, they should just only give him a job as a staff in the US Embassy in Nigeria. He didn't say he wants to travel. As a staff in the US Embassy, he was not even considering being paid salary during the course of any intervention. He said he should just be given employment as a staff in the US Embassy, and it's okay with that. You can imagine the level of frustration. Ordinarily, will a US citizen agree to enlist himself with other country army to front his own country or to come and carry out an intervention? When a single US citizen was kidnapped in Nigeria, the US government did not even bother to relate with the Nigerian government. Just 6 commando, they sent them into Nigeria, and they went directly to go and free their citizens without the awareness of the Nigerian administration. And you say we should keep clapping? What we have in Nigeria is a frustrated citizen. They are ready to accept anything because we have been repressed for a long time. When you come out to say you want to protest, which is part of democratic principle, for you to air your grievances to the government so that government will know how to mitigate the problem you have identified, if you mistakenly choose to say you want to protest, they will crack it down. We claim to be living in democracy, ruled under political despot, but citizens have no right whatsoever to express an opinion. When you do, the next thing, you are going to face problems. When you come out to say you want to protest, they will crack you down. This is a country where they don't respect court order. Members of a political party will tell you this is the way the judgment will go, and that is the way the judgment will go. Procure judgment. And the words are saying your electoral process. But imagine the name President Donald Trump called Nigeria a disgrace of a nation. You can imagine. You can imagine. The government can come out to refute that statement and say, we are not disgraced. Now go and carry out an opinion poll. Ask an average citizens to express their opinion in respect to the statement made by Donald Trump. Or if you want me to take that challenge, I can do it. We'll hit just the streets of Benin. Carry out an interview amongst citizens. You see the reactions. The whole of them will also agree that their country is a disgrace of a nation. Let me tell you the truth. The average life expectancy of Nigeria is 40 years. If you're already 40, the possibility that you will die anytime is normal. Don't think that now you 80 pass. If you're already 40, just know say you don't already enter the stage where they expect. Say if it happen any day. 68, 54, 50, 60, 80. When somebody clock 90 years, they'll say, share the man who do. But travel to the West, go to America and Canada, you'll see old people, they still there. But here, nobody wants to say the truth. And the same people who continue to cry, to say, Nigeria, you get a bill. Make their own person thief money. Make you say you want to drag that person, if they will let you drag them. And they still want automatic development. How? Politician wins an election. He sees armies, police, air force, and the rest. They will not recruit them. They will recruit boys. When you speak, say, what did they happen here? Now your own fellow boys go say, come on, they do you now, my guy you the turtle. And in the evening of it, those same boys will say, this Nigeria, they fail, without thinking that your particular action don't fail Nigeria itself. We are the cause of our problem. Nobody analyzes what is real. Nobody is concerned about the truth. As of today, a staff of mine who videoed me while I was carrying out the flyover activity, I asked him, I said, why people not like truth? He said, So you don't say truth na bitter leaf. Truth na bitter leaf. There's no sense in politics as far as Nigeria is concerned. All of them are thief. No one is free. No one. They are all thieves. But go call them thief. They don't talk. Now their followers will tell you, why they call them thief? Why they call them? Go and check their pocket if your money not follow their account. If either your country or your state money not follow their account. Go check. But you have no right to speak. If you do, you will be demystified. So if that is the way they want the nation to be, let us continue. But I also tell, this is a clear message to the presidency. Act swiftly, act wisely. We do not want, because we know that to them there are all options are on the table. All options are on the table to the United States of America. All options are on the table. And they also said that the Nigerian government should stop every reckless buying. I think the Nigerian government still have a lifeline to immediately confront these monsters, because no Nigerian should be more Nigerians than others. No Nigerian should be more Nigerian than others. If we truly agree in equity, justice, and fairness, built on the basis of absolute egalitarianism, we must respect the rights and privileges of all citizenry. If Ahmed pass station with Stabinef in Holland, as the Holland or live and say may go. If Ahmed carry double barrel, as the Holland they'll say na ten gun, they'll say may they go. But if we Sakbaman, Chidindu, Bukola carry the same stabbing knife, put for here the pass station, that matter will go court. From there they'll remand them to prison. If Chindidu Usaze as an individual carry dengon, they no call am dengon, they'll display them as part of exhibit where they see them with, they'll see carry and go prison. But an average Fulani man can move freely with every of these hard-end weapons without being afraid of anything, because to them they are more superordinate than every other citizen. I will give you my personal example. While we were serving, I did my youth service in Kano State. When the 2011 crisis came, after Jonathan's victory, there was massacre in the north. Coppers were being slaughtered. And for those of us in Kano, we ran for safety. We want to say a very big thank you to the military as at then, who rescued us. Then in Bauchi, so many coppers were slaughtered across northern part of the country. Now, so I immediately redeployed from Kano State to Rivers State, where I rounded up my NYSC. So as at then, I was staying in NYSC Transit Camp, Eribe. So, my place of primary assignment was in Okehi. Then Okehi in a Obiteche local government area of Rivers State. Then my school was in Okehi. So in my school, there was a guy who is also a copper. He was a lawyer. But because of the fact that we were so hungry, we decided to say, because there no money at all when we go to school, no money. We really read for school, we pour for book, where no money. So there was a day we were moving and we saw two men. It's like they want to write deed of transfer for land transaction. So immediately said, I told the lawyer, as at then, we were not this MBAC that is supposed to be in every deed of transfer, because when you do deed of transfer, you don't have MBAC. My use opportunity to tell you this one. Not be every deed of transfer. Not be that they admit, not be the court they accept to. Some of you say you get land document, you not get to. If your land, your deed of transfer not carry MBAC, forget another paper you get to. If you cannot go court or through note. So while we did there, we can say, okay, now I can't tell the man, say, yes, we get lawyer, we go fit do the deed of transfer. Now the lawyer say, okay, now the guy say, okay, Moku help go do one. I can see one of lawyer here, but it's a student lawyer. Say definitely go get where he go fit use MBAC to stamp am. So he go write am perfectly. Now they can say, okay, go and do it. How much we price that time there? As at then, that this is 2011. Yes, 2011. How much we price? It come be about 30,000 naira. We don't already know say na block. Na block e be. E go fit save us as at then, because we dey receive 19,800 as NYSC salary then. So now they say, okay, we'll make we go write am, we'll bring them back. Say we want bring am, come give them. We'll say okay. Say we'll write am, come finish. They will pay the balance. Come give us 10,000. Now I say okay, we come on. Oh yeah, barrister, where you write this deed of transfer? He say, I bet me write am. I say, I want to write deed of transfer. I know if you write deed of transfer because deed of transfer get specific terminology. They get register where they write deed of transfer. Now lawyer language, all those kind of modules in Kasaswa, na legal margin. All those Audi or Terra pattern, na legal margin. All those ratio decidendi, na legal margin. Then all those wearing thereof, na legal margin. So there are ways you must write deed of transfer. You know, you don't write them the way a town planner will write it. Like for us now, if you say I should write as a town planner, I'm going to write based on my register. Then you will see something like aesthetic, you see something like covenants and beauty, you see something like development control, you see core professional language in such a write-up. So I can't write, you write it. Ha! May the thing come like say, don't be you don't they knock. And 10K, we don't already first share after 5K. May not come like say, well, then that's okay, more pools together. We coffee write that deed of transfer. Me no say that deed of transfer no right way. Now we can give the man. The man can check out. Because say okay, everywhere good. He can pay us the remaining balance. We can come out. We just only make sure say we respect the point. Say the best one so land, see the size of the land, see where they for buying for a big bowl, see the person we seller, see the buyer, and see the amount. But that write-up not really meet up with waiting a trade lawyer is supposed to write. After we don't finish the deal with the man, they go for it. Now come ask the boy and say, Alpha, this guy are not turn, they tell you so. Now say, Alpha, why you will be lawyer? You don't feel right deed. Why you think go use service? He said, I bear rest. He said that is why they employ people like us as their secretary whenever they don't enter office. See that they get Nigeria. Now he sort and say, you are mad. We disagree that very day. Now my friend will call it arrest. So that is their own opinion, the way that they feel. So if you like, you read from that to tomorrow. The one they believe say once their name na Amidu, they are made na Mohammed, they are made na their name na Yakubu, they don't already get opportunity. And that is what Nigeria is. That is the foundation Nigeria has built. Imagine a country with the vast population has a Muslim ticket. Muslim ticket. You know, if you remove religion from Nigerian game of politics, you know if you remove them. So all this all they talk for me, I won't lie to you, is the fact the APC has failed Nigeria. Even the PDP also failed Nigeria. The two. But the failure of the APC not make the CPDP failure. The failure of the APC is too monumental that you can't see PDP failure. Because when we were living under the PDP administration, we see the bag of rice 8,000 as against 1,500, 2,000 under military regime before 1999. As they come out, our military come out, they give democracy, PDP take over. After they hand over from the first point, there was increase of about 100% increase or even 200% increase in rice. But because it's from 2,000 or 1,500 as at then to about 8,000 naira, you're not going to know. The President Mumaru said, do I come back again? God said, no. When he comes, he said, no, this thing, he bring everything back, including the price of fuel. Since the history of Nigeria, the only man that has reduced the cost of fuel, no government has ever done it, is President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua of blessed memory. He reduced the cost of fuel. Also, the entire economy, everything, food price crashed. And he told us about the 7-point agenda. And he also promised us, saying in the year 2020, Nigeria will be one of the 20th largest economy in the world. And actually in 2020, we achieved it. But when APC came, they also immediately put the country on a reverse gear. Would it not be Tam David West that they call this man? He said if Buhari win the election, fuel will be sold at the cost of 40 naira per litre. They promise us say 1 naira to $1. As against Jonathan 200 and something naira per dollar, from 180 to 200, dancing within that range. As of today, what is the cost of dollar? Before Tinubu assumed power, he was interviewed. I'll find that video. They asked him, say, sir, how will you be able to manage this skyrocketed price of dollar? You know what he talk? He said, are you using dollar in Nigeria? But go and check his account if he's not banking with dollars. He said, are you using dollars in Nigeria? Before Buhari left power, dollar was about 450, 500. What is the cost of the dollar today? What is the cost of dollar today? Whether we like it or not, the federal government of Nigeria has failed. It is the truth and nothing but the truth. Let us agree and go and check the crops of people still supporting this government are members of the All Progressive Congress. They are doing that because of party affiliation. They are just doing that because of party affiliation. If you ask me, and I want to say the truth, in Edo State here, the government in Edo State, whether you like it or not, is the fact. Okpebholo is trying to me. He is not just trying. If I want to mark him, I will give him 70 over 100. Wallahi billah lazi. Even if you are judging him with hate, that is your own cup of tea, and I will tell you my reason for giving him. I have to look at the economic indices of the state. From a Edo Star teacher, I'm not here to campaign for him. From a Edo Star 5,000 star teacher to current Edo State staff teacher working under the civil service. From a mail cleaner on the road who are sweeping road 5:30 a.m. in the morning. 5:30 a.m. in the morning. When the Okpebholo administration came, these people were receiving 30,000 naira. 30,000 naira per month. He said, no, people cannot wake up at 5:30 in the morning and begin to sweep. At the end of the day, they will be receiving 30,000. They immediately incorporated them into the Nigerian minimum wage. As of today, they are now having level 1 step, this level 1 to as a cleaner in your street. Then look beyond that. Then the most beautiful one that we continue to support is the reduction in the fight against cultism. There are some people who are typing today on social media. There are some people who will come out today this evening. If not for the policy of government, they ought to have been dead by now because of cultism related death. But this person is still alive today, but they don't know. So for me, looking at these indices, no matter what anybody does, no matter what anybody does, I must say this truth at all times. This is not to say that the federal APC government has not failed this country. They are failed. Both APC and PDP has failed. If we must tell ourselves the truth, the best people remaining that can actually rule Nigeria with sincerity is Shawore and Peter Obi. There's likely President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. That is the three person I see to be genuine. The rest of them should just go and relax, because what we want now is the best for this nation. Let me quickly reply to one of my brother, Baruta, my man. Baruta, my man. I've spent over 4 decades on earth. I cannot be influenced by anybody again. If you have anything that you are giving to me before, as of today you are disappointed because I'm saying it the way it is, block that thing. Don't give me again. Keep it. If part of the benefit that will come from you is for me to lie to suit your interest, don't give it to me. Keep it. all what I've said, and all what I will keep saying, go and verify them. They are all on ground. I have a way of thinking. Under democratic dispensation in Edo State, we have Lucky Benedion 8 years, Adam Oshomole 8 years, that's 16 years, Obaseki 8 years, that's 24 years, Okpebolo 1 year, that's 25 years. Now, 24 years of development without light, without seeing the future. We have now picked up cutlasses to slit the throat of a man who have not even spent up to a year in government. And you say you are not sentimental. Nigerians, Edo-light specifically, has the right to be angry on the ground of electoral process. I won't dispute that. But for you to say that the whole problem in Edo, Okpebolo is the problem, you are not being factual. You need bend truth. And I know Joy, you bend. If you like, you hit me. Congratulations. I know will join you bend now. Congratulations. 8 Lucky Benedion, 8 Oshomole, 8 Obaseki 24. We see a do not shine. Then within November now November level go make up 12 months. We don't take the government. We they say the remaining 24 no get problem. Now the 12 months now cause the problem of Edo State. You are sentimental. I not join you for that one. This broadcast is not for Okpebolo. But for those who drag him in, I will also respond to it. So for me, I know we bend the truth. I will talk him the way it is. Inside these 12 months, those flyovers now show you. Every average Edo citizen requested the same thing from previous administration. They tell us very direct, say money not there to take one. They did not condemn it. They not say they don't like to do one. They say money not there. And a part of the need what we need, and today it has been addressed in the hills. Go and watch the video. I posted this. I also said in that video, I said, you see the kind hold up with the road. Nobody is complaining. With that massive hold up with the road, nobody they complain, because everybody knows that they sacrifice the way they go need to pay before they will get that kind of massive infrastructure to function. So, for me, my brother again, when they attack me, he say, Okpebolo jettisoning all the reform he made on ground. That's the problem that so many sound minds have against him. With all due respect to you, sir, identify many of those reforms that was jettisoned. It's not enough for us to just use English language to say reform. Identify those reforms. I'm waiting for your comment. I'm going to read it out. Also identify the progress that was established in the past and Okpebolo now came to destroy them. Identify them. It's not just for us to say, it's a policy sub-assault has been the bane of our democratic process. Now, I have also said before now, that lack of consistency in policy implementation by successive administration or regime. I will also agree to the fact that under the tutelage of Obaseki, there was consistency in policy implementation. We will not bend it. We will say it the way it is. Under Obaseki government, whether you like it or not, Obaseki did not abandon any past government project. If anybody comes out to say Obaseki abandoned past government project, those persons are liars. E.g., we have the state secretariat built by Dr. Samuel Ogbemudia. Oshomole did not consolidate on it. Oshomole did not even paint it. Oshomole did not even bother to develop it. But Obaseki came in every of those empty buildings that was serving as a hideout at the city center was placed into a better use. E.g., the one opposite specialist hospital, which is now in Chopping Mall. Then those empty offices at the state secretariat, or develop. In fact, you don't have an abandoned structure within the city center. I also agree that is a consistency in policy implementation by successive administration or regime. But beyond that, we have other things on ground. How many of such has Okpebholo on his part say, let me destroy it, I don't want this, let him not be there? I'm waiting. And I also respond to that. So, whether we like it or not, we agree that the APC has failed Nigeria is the truth. We are suffering. We are feeling this pain. But if you look at the calcium test of this discussion, it's all about the US threat to intervene, both in aid and in military. But some of you try to drag it into the Edo State perspective, and I will say it exactly the way it is. So if I be street man, the waka, I didn't know when things they happen. I didn't see the joy for the run, even if I'm not a cultist. In this town today, you don't need to be a cultist before war starts. Because the activity of cultism before don't grow past membership. Now jealousy can be. You dey try, you dey do things, you get mouth, you bam, you dey wear gold, you dey try, dey move. Aye. Who dey envy you go your follow corner do am. You go say, oh sorry, oh, where if they will tell you say we no know to solve your exam, we still say nine. So as it happen, you will withdraw. But as of today, whether you like it or not, you will still do. Will you say that there are no relative peace in respect to cultism related activity? Now, if you agree, say the thing really reduced drastically. If you go come and say, this thing reduce, oh, this man trial Nabati. Okay. It's the same with Stella Obasanjo Hospital. Now, for me, I know say politics is inside Stella Obasanjo Hospital. Stella Obasanjo Hospital is a very big hospital. All of them, they play gamble, they play this thing with that Stella Obasanjo Hospital. The person will get the credit for Stella Obasanjo and Lucky Benedion. Yet, people claim say he not still do anything. Look at Kiki Infrastructure, Lucky Benedion. Stella Obasanjo, state-owned. Usepoli, state-owned. Igworiahi, state-owned. Urume Kazavita, state-owned. Ikpeshi, state-owned. Skill Acquisition Center, Ewomodu, state-owned. Opening of new town, Lucky Way Axis down to a permission extension, state-owned. But we still talk, see, till today, the road we Lucky do for Igun never spoiled it today. That road we Lucky do for Igun Street is still dead there as a baby today. So those are when they take Stella Obasanjo, both Obaseki and Okpebholo has no right whatsoever to claim credit over Stella Obasanjo. The both of them has the responsibility to sustain the legacy of government on the ground of sincerity and fairness. So Governor Obaseki on his part developed some part and commissioner. One will also expect Okpebholo to finish the other part and also ensure commissioner. But I do not see reasons for any unnecessary commissioning because the entire project is still in the state of moribo. Now somebody built that Stella Obasanjo where we take the play politics so. Have you given him the credit? Was Stella Obasanjo built by Obaseki? Now look at Shomoleu. Specialist hospital, state-owned. Iyamo University, state-owned. And massive road construction across the 3 senatorial districts. I don't mention Obaseki, because if I do and I talk am as e be, they go accuse me of using sentiment, so I no go talk am. But you will be the judge. You will be the judge. So let's tell ourselves the bitter truth. As of today, whether we like it or not, things are also going on the right pedestal. The only wrong thing again we get now, government must be ready to tame some of their officials. They are embarrassing us. They are embarrassing us as a people, because as those persons, as a those people, we are unique in our own way. We cannot be seeing our government moving from one place to another. People are shouting, "Come here, hey, hey." That does not tell well of the good people of Edo State. Okungbowa Jerry also talked about e-governance. E-governance. Yes, e-gov is the best. And from the beginning, we heard politically that Governor Okpebolo said they want to stop e-gov. But why, for those of us who work with Edo GIs, and for those of us who were privy to government-related activity, e-gov was only shut down for 2 days for technical reasons. And as we speak, e-gov is going on. And if you are sincere to yourself, if I establish e-gov, my tenure finish and one commode, I give you. You know, agree make the password we may use. May day now. We must shut them down to put our own. Now so it be. How you know we also get those shut down? When this is the only time in our state where government no hand over to government. If we talk that one, it will be like say now one side there. Most liver. So if we take a cursory look at this key situation, you go understand the point. You not give me, I mean, you not do hand over directly. I leave and then you come, I can't continue. You don't know, say definitely I must alter things. Okungbowa Jerry also say IGRO is dwindling. It's also dwindling. There are some questions I would not want to answer because I'm not the spokesperson to Edo State government. I'm not a spokesperson to the Edo State government. I think they are in best position to also come and address the issue of IGRO, because for me, I agree with you that IGRO is dwindling. Even if the All Progressive Congress in Edo State, led by Okpebolo, is showing us that this is what money we have generated from the IGRO. To me, the IGRO is repressive. You cannot be, Board of Internal Revenue cannot force people to be paying 100,000 naira because you want to meet up, making people dry. That you now have a tax, the minimum tax is 100,000. Why? Is that no intimidation? Under Obaseki's watch, Edo generated money. Only Edo GI generated over 3 billion monthly. The IGRO was high. But for me, it's not about the, to me, sorry to say, it's not about the highness of the IGRO. The question is the amount of money generated commensurable with the amount of development on ground? Or are we generating to steal? Or we are generating to impact back to the society? I think we need a proper clarification in that regard also. It's not about having a large IGRO. It's the IGRO, it's the citizens feeling the impact of the said IGRO. That is another formidable question we need to ask ourselves. It's not about, hey, we now have in the state today we are generating 150 billion, for an example. Hey, 150 billion, friend. Yes, we are in last 2 months 150 billion. Hey, a total of within the year we were able to generate so and so trillion. Hey, what is the impact on the citizen? Question. We can also not call Obaseki administration irresponsible. We can't say that. We also know why. Because he took the lead in respect to minimum wage in this country. He took the lead. Even when Obaseki announced 70,000 naira minimum wage, he was confronted by some governors in the Nigerian Governors Forum. And even after the closure of the Federal Executive Council meeting, including the presidency as at then led by His Excellency, former President of blessed memory, President Muhammadu Buhari. They questioned the Edo State government ability to actually pay. Why would you say you want to pay such money? And the government of Obaseki responded by telling them, we have generated more money in the state and we have to give it back to the people. So for me, I think it's very important for us to see if such development is by any way commensurable with the amount of money generated. That's the question. But this is not the topic of discourse. But I try as much as possible to make it free. It's because of the fact that the likes of Okungbowa is asking this question, and so I'm responding to them very concisely and diligently. Let me see if there are other questions. Is there any question? Thank you very much. Now, he said, this is what happened when creating awareness and breaking boundaries. He said, I am a systematic failure. Corrupted nations such as Nigeria, change is difficult because mostly people are unwilling to participate in the change due to criminality, corrupted mindset, and greediness. Come out to accuse a politician. Now, why did you steal this money? Youth will never eat. Now Pharaoh enter you. He never eat you. Now you go Pharaoh enter you. Why you talk to that organ? I know what he don't do. Out of 15 naira, we reach hand. He used 10 kobo. He paid 10 kobo come out. Take $3 for now. Carry over 49 naira, 99 kobo something. Carry come out. Then you now the celebrity. Hey, you don't travel. There are issues we will not discuss. But when we are ready for the truth, we will discuss them. When we are ready for the truth, we will discuss them. We are not ripe for it yet. So let's leave it. Let's continue to clap until we are ready to say it as it is. Another question is coming from Mr. Okungbowa Jerry. It is when economic activity are stimulated that people will pay taxes and levies. Let me tell you what is currently going on in the Edo State. It is media war. Okungbowa, to be sincere with you, outside your party or political, I know you may not be a politician, but outside your attachment and love, emotions as the case may be, just try as much as possible to remove emotions from your heart and let's truly analyze issues critically and diligently on the basis of sincerity, fact, and fairness. I want to ask you this question. I expect you to respond either through chat, or I can also give you my number to call. Also write, or you can send me your number. I'll post your number on the wall now. I'll call you immediately. Let me ask you some few questions, and you also reserve the right to ask me same question so that Idolites will also be aware. Send me, type your number, let me call you. Let me ask you some question, and you also will ask me some question. I'm waiting for your number. I'm waiting for the number, Mr. Okungbowa. You already have my number. No, you cannot, Okungbowa. You cannot be a private person and be asking such a question. Okay, inbox me the number. You have my number 070-3610-9939. My number is public. 070-3610-9939. 070-3610-9939. Okay, also send your number privately. Have you sent your number privately? My own is 070-3610-9939. I also end this broadcast. Let's always learn to say it the way it is. Send it. I'm waiting for it. Who is that? Who is that? True analysis is fine. Say the truth at all times. Part of the question I'm going to ask you. Excuse me. What's that? The part of the question is, Baz, why you doing? OG, I know, man, that one still get our unfinished battle. You know, the end. I don't want to just discuss about him today, but maybe later I will remind them because something still there on board. You know, some person will say, I'm surprised to see Osakunokudi. They do this. When somebody thinks they be king, when we know ourselves, say we dey inside this matter. You want to say you want bully person like me? It go hard you now. Go hard you. Okay, you send it. Let me check. Okay. I don't even know say you be diaspora. I don't know what they give you now. People with your ground go dey tell us something. Now they argue. Okay. I'm calling you direct because I can't call on WhatsApp. Let me call you. I'm calling you now. Hello? I'm calling you direct. Okay, I salute you, Mr. Okunbo Ajeri. ISK, brother. Yeah, you did laugh, Abi. Not laugh. Oh. Okay, and now let's go to business. This is my phone low. Now, first and foremost, I want to ask you, in respect to cultism-related activities, how will you score Ogbewolo? Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you.
Okay.
I'm hearing you now. Yeah.
I said in respect to cultism-related activity, how will you rate Ogbewolo?
A good score, I will give him, on a scale of 1 to 10, I will give him like 60%. And I have my reasons. There are still, one or two skirmishes of killings. All this Azamata and all of that. They will just, we've heard some one or two. Yeah. No, are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say basically is that we have done quite in the area of fighting cultism, but there are also some areas that need to be addressed.
I want to ask other questions, sir, with all due respect. Now, what should be the time frame for him to actually achieve? Can you hear me?
Very well.
What would be the time frame for him to actually achieve all this? I know you are one of his critics. You are criticizing him very well. But you said, because I believe it's not even up to a year. So are you saying that all this should be achieved within a year?
If for instance, we do not have any court war in the next 1 year.
Okay.
In the next 1 year, we do not even have a court war in those states. Then I will give him 100%. They have really done very well in that regard. But I think it's just too early for us to start giving him that reward. Remember, December has not come. Remember, most of the time, some of these court crises and all of that in a state happens during the UTAC period. So let's see how the UTAC period is going to look like. If nothing happens during the UTAC period, then I will give him my applause.
No.
Let's not also forget that there are plenty people whose houses have been destroyed.
Okay, good.
That area of destroying people's houses in the name of we heard that there were cultists that came into this, there are cultists that are living in this. I don't think that was a good approach.
Okay.
There's a way you would have approached.
Okay, now that you think that is not a good approach, which approach would have been adopted?
The first one would have been adopted was this security issue we are talking about.
Yes.
You cannot go, for instance now, you have...
No, I'm only saying you should profile, excuse me, sir. I'm only saying you should profile a solution. Since you said what it did in respect to tackling the occultic related activities repugnant. So I expected you now to profile a solution that will be more better and that will serve as a better alternative to his action.
Intelligence gathering.
In what regard?
Intelligence gathering. Yeah. Intelligence gathering. If the level of intelligence gathering is very high, I don't think there will be any need to go and that because it is not the view.
Was there intelligent gathering in the past? Excuse me. Was there intelligent gathering in the past and Ogbewolo now came and destroyed the intelligent gathering infrastructure, or is starting new?
No, we heard of houses of innocent people that are even our brothers gave that house, that gave some of those houses out as a tenant.
Okay. I never knew you were. I thought you stay in Benin here because me and ISK don't discuss your matter before. Just recently, say you be in brother, this as the case may be. But I dey call you direct now. You know, say I not too get money like that, so I may not be able to continue it. I don't really make question and answer discussion, but I know say you dey attack me well. Now say okay, make I bring you in. But now,
I know they attack you. I know they attack you.
now no problem. Let me tell you.
Everything when I dey tell you,
I dey come, bros. Hold on, no vex. I dey come, boss. Hold on, no vex. First and foremost, if me Osakwunokwudi, make I call this call now, sir. If me Osakwunokwudi no want make I receive attack, also no want make people express their opinion, I no need to talk. Everybody must not agree with me. You will come social media, can't talk. No, say some people they know they feel express their opinion without they don't insult you. Before you see say me insult somebody for social media, you know say that person don't come out on social media. He won't call the one like say I reach to insult him. I will not say you go personal. Say you they express your opinion. Even if you insult me, I go they look. Already I don't talk my own way. What I want to talk, and I waited this in mind. Well, I think as far as my voice is concerned, I operate 70% of democratic process. But in the question when I ask you, I can't tell you say make you talk since you say the policy not do okay. What if you say government will do? You say intelligent gathering. Intelligent gathering is ambiguous. It's of different stratification. Intelligent gathering can only work to me for kidnapper, not for courtesan. Wey be say everybody know themselves. This courtesan wey dey know the other courtesan. You don't need more of intelligent gathering. For me, demolishing people's house not really good directly. I'm not gonna lie you. Sorry, demolishing the house of an innocent person not good. But demolishing houses is good. How do I mean? The person will get that house directly. If name be the court is demolish your house. But to go demolish person will not know one, no two. Because a put person for us is wrong. But again, you go watch many of our people now, because of that demolition, some of them don't drive their brother will be court is come off for the house because they don't want to make government break up. That alone, you know, we have different school of law that define law. We have the natural school of law, we have the positivist school of law, we have the realist school of law. The one was led by Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes. Then the positive school of law. He said law is nothing except sanction is attached to it. He said law is a command issued out by the political superior to the political inferior with sanction to its vandalization. That is definition given by the positive school of law. We have the natural school of law, the realist school of law, the positive school of law. You see, get one again. I don't forget them. Then who this school? Now he said, one say law is nothing except what the court say it is. People disagree. That was led by Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes. People disagree and said, if it is what the court say it is, a judge can sit in his house. Somebody just slap a pikin. Because na him be judge, na him get court. You go your rule, you go say this person go and buy him because they slap him. And if you say law, now what did the judge say be? Now they say you know we get law. That cannot be a law. That is why rooms are given for executive, judiciary, and the legislature, where you now have separation of power led by, A.V. Dykes in his seminar work. I've forgotten some of these things. Now, because of also man up on the chance to go the book again. Also to fight. Don't let person rest. When you see truth, you talk out now attack. So for me, everybody reserves the right whatsoever to also express their opinion. You can't stop that. So, but you cannot achieve law without having what will cause fear and dread to those who intend contravening the nitty-gritties of that law. So that is why definition of law is so difficult. It's very ambiguous. Nobody can say this is the definition of law. Different school of thought, different school of law have defined law. But all in all, law must put into consideration key issues or key factors: sanction, command, followership, That is why who agreed to the Positive School of Law, where he said, law is a command issued out by the political superior to the political inferior with sanction to its vandalization. So to me, that particular breaking of building for innocent who may be wrong, but breaking of building is not wrong. If that person I get and government make it, if the catch and say they do one, break am down. And again, to me, I not feel say government dey pursue cultists. Government dey pursue evildoer. Because if you want to pursue cultists, you pursue almost all Edo youth. You will pursue almost all Edo youth. If 5 youth stand, you may not even see one innocent. If 10 stand, you may even not see one innocent. If 20 stand, you fit see 2 innocent. Now in this case, not be who join with the talk now. Are you an evildoer? That is the question. As I earlier talked before, people they were supposed to buy now, they don't know. Say they supposed to buy. They are still alive because of government policy. They are still alive because of government policy and program. So where it is needed to say the truth at all time, let's say it. To me, I'm not attached to anybody. I did a video 6 months before election. For those who are on TikTok, I'm not today TikTok like that. I posted the video on TikTok. I told the entire world. I said, regardless of how the election goes, I'm going to stand and still remain on the fence. Saying it directly the way it is. I'm neither here nor there. Na face I do. I have also criticized the Kwewolu government more than some persons. For those who have been following me, you agree to the fact that political criticism should not be channeled in a way and manner that is synonymous with insult. I can't say all that. I can't say it. So criticizing does not mean you should be insulting. Checking policies of assault according to Okungbowa Jerry. Checking inconsistency in policy implementation. Following stricter sense of the nitty-gritties of the rule of law. Placing government on its toes. Identifying administrative lacuna and provide solution. It is not all about attacking. Do you have solution to the problem you have identified? That was why I also asked Mr. Jerry Okungbowa, since you said this policy is wrong, can you actually provide a better alternative? He said intelligent gathering. Intelligent gathering is ambiguous. Specifically, which of the intelligent gathering can actually address the issue of cultism related activity? When an average citizen sees it as a mistake to report to security agency if any unwanted movement is going on in their area, and even if the citizens also summon the courage to as well report to the security agency, when they want to bail the person at the station, the security agency will also tell them, now one point for Nigeria tell us so your name na so and so, thereby placing the life of that person who acted as an informant to the police into risk. So these are the precarious situations we find ourselves. I think when we begin to have a clear mind in analyzing social phenomena, we will know that we have no other state to call our own. We will not use the media to burn the state. We will not use media manipulation to destroy the state. We will say the way it is, and where it is necessary to criticize government, we will criticize government very clearly, concisely, without sentiment, without unnecessary favor. Because you cannot say because the electoral process was this or that, we will not have government in the. There must be an administration. It is also your citizens' right to criticize, why it is the right of government to actually look for a way to fill every loophole identified, so that you don't have reasons to also criticize them. It is the workability of Edo that should be our focal point. And to me, that is what I stand for. And I will be forever grateful for being the political Mr. Fenceman. I'm Comrade Stanley Sazono by the grace of God, the CEO of Human Edo State, and the Coordinator General, Edo Diaspora Connect Worldwide. Thank you, and bye for now.
Now we don't hear from Osakwino Kwodi. Let us know what you think for comment section. If you never subscribe to Dan Eachi YouTube, try make you subscribe so that make you for the hear all the things where they happen for Nigeria. Make I leave you with this video, make you help us share them. Thank you for watching Dan Eachi YouTube.